Rose is a very hardworking woman.
She is very intelligent.
She leads with integrity and humanity.
She is a very strong female leader.
She's a staunch researcher in malaria.
Very strict in following the procedure, the scientific procedure of research.
She made science so attractive.
It's a seasoned researcher, but she's also truly a mother.
C'est une personnalité très posée. She is very humble.
She is an emblem. She is an icon. She is a model of scientists, not only women scientists, but scientists as a whole.
Just simple words of encouragement from her or guidance from her has been so wonderful in my own career. If she asks me to jump, I'll just ask her how high I need to jump.
This is one of the most celebrated scientists in the world. But the more she grows in research and discovery, the more she knows that God is absolute.
I want to begin by thanking you because you have provided this platform for us to be able to honor our mother, our aunt, while she's alive. Because most of the time, the tendency is to make powerful, beautiful speeches when people are gone.
She has been a wonderful mother to my children. We have 4 children, 2 women and 2 men. She is not only a wonderful scientist, she is a wonderful mother. And the thing that I found very interesting in this lady is how she was able to blend her marital life, her scientific life, and her motherhood.
And it went from everything where post-dinner, it was everyone, their folders were out and the work was being done while we were doing our homework right there, making sure we're steadfast in our homework, while they also are being steadfast with their professional duties. And with all of the hard work, the travel, and the professional dedication, never compromising on the family elements, never missing a PTA meeting or the occasions to follow up with our teachers when we haven't done so well in a class or in a subject. And also combining on top of that and overlaying that with a religious element, the foundations of proper religious ethos, mindset, and practice, which we've continued to drive to the rest of this day. So incredibly grateful to her for that and how much she built and inculcated in us to be able to drive ourselves to professional success while also driving, more importantly, personal home success within our family units.
There's so much we've learned from you, so much. One is setting the high bar for excellence in everything we do. You know, we always learn that from you. Whatever you did on the professional side, on the personal side, you set a very high bar for excellence. And you always say, you know, if it has to be done, make sure we do it well. And we try to live by that. We've learned from you to put God at the center of our lives. We continue to learn that from you. God has been absolutely at the center of your life, and and it's translated to how we live our lives. So thank you for that. And we know that, everything we have and everything that has happened to us is as a result of that.
It's amazing to see our mom recognized so widely for her professional endeavors that she has built over decades. It didn't come overnight. Decades of hard work, decades of dedication, decades of tenacity towards a scientific cause. And I could only wish her all of God's blessings, and also the blessings of time, the blessing of time to enjoy the fruits of her labor, the blessing of time to be able to appreciate the impact and the imprint that she's had on a lot of our communities, and the blessing of time to enjoy in quality with her grandkids.
For me, I just really want to thank you. Thank you for teaching me a lot of different life lessons, just throughout all my time growing up. Perseverance is definitely a big one, working tirelessly to find a cure until you're finding cures for very dangerous diseases, things that literally redefining and shaping the world now. Those are things that you can't really do without perseverance, without the ability to have to continue to strive, continue to look for things. And I think that I learned that a lot from you as you have just been continuously doing your research. And then I'd also definitely say thank you for my faith.
Grandma, I think you've taught me so many things over the years, but two of the most valuable things I've learned from you are love and hard work. And by love, I mean the love you have for people and the things you care about, and it shows deeply in all the things you do, from your religion to your family to your work. I think that's something that I've tried to carry out as well in my own life, to have a love and a passion for everything I do. And I've been truly inspired by you.
Also, we call you our prayer warrior. Thank you for teaching us how to pray for our kids, how to pray for our spouses, how to pray for our parents, how to pray for our family. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Thank you for taking care of the family. I recall when we were younger, you traveled a lot, even more than you do now, but we really never felt neglected. We always felt your presence, even when you were away. Thank you for always making us feel loved. We thank you, and we love you.
I am thrilled to share a few words about the amazing person that is our mother, a mother to many, within her family community, her professional community, and beyond. Some of my early memories or childhood memories are around seeing my mom demonstrate to us what is the example of determination, hard work, and a lot of those values have continued to be the foundations on which a lot of us have grown and now grow our children because of what she and my dad were able to instill in us.
Talking directly to you, Mommy, about everything that you've been for us, I think the first thing that I want to mention is just your resilience. You, especially as I've gotten older, I have come to appreciate just how resilient you are, both professionally, spiritually, and in everything that you do. You have passed on that virtue to all of us, and I thank you so much for building that character in us. Some of it is definitely acquired, but a lot of it really has been ingrained.
The third thing I would say about what we've learned from you is compassion. You are literally the most compassionate person I know. You're always thinking about others. What can you do for them? What do they need? What can we do for them? And always nudging us and pushing us to do even more, which you try to do. But I know that actually came from you, and I want to thank you for instilling that in us as well.
I think being very dedicated and hardworking is important, and you've definitely taught me that through just watching you work and wondering what you're doing, but always seeing you busy. I think you've inspired me to always try my best and work my absolute hardest that I can on anything I do. And so I really appreciate that, and thank you so much. I wish you nothing but the best for the future. Can't wait to hear of even more of the things that you do and that you discover, and I love you very much.
this is just to say thank you and express our love for you this day. We know that when we say our mother, our mother, our mother, you know the depth of how much somebody is a mother, especially when you didn't come out from her womb, and the lengths that she goes to care about how you're doing and making sure that everything that about you is going on right. I always say Mama Leke has an individual social responsibility that is amazing, because you see the lengths and the depths that she goes to be there for people, to make sure that she's reaching out to people despite her busy schedule, despite her health, despite everything that she can have as an excuse not to either be there or show up for you. But you just see how deep her commitment is, worrying about what is going on. I always say she's a warrior, but that's who she is, and it's because of the love and the big heart that she has for people.
I really, really appreciate and admire how you love on your kids, how you love on your grandkids. We thank you for teaching us how to love on our family as a whole. Thank you, thank you, thank you.
I am sure that everyone will mention just how giving you are, which I think is a trait that everybody knows about you, how you will drop everything to do something else for someone, and always have a project, and there's always something going on in your mind and ready to do something else for somebody. And I hope that we and our own children can really emulate that, because you have taught us that. That is another thing that you've ingrained in us from childhood, and I am so grateful. Your spirituality, always giving everything to God, always putting us in your prayers. We constantly joke, my husband and I, that we are really truly here by the grace of our mother's prayers. And so thank you for giving us that. Thank you for giving us the education that.
And the fourth is balance between family and work. Right? You are incredibly busy. We've always been there for the family, never dropped the ball. And now that we have our own families, it's something we try to do. We realize it's not easy, but it's great that we can learn from you in terms of, the role modeling you showed us.
And just really love. I think I can say that for myself and for my siblings and for everybody who knows you. There's firmness, but a very loving environment in which we were raised, and we have now continued to give that to our own families. But most of all, I admire you for just taking it all in stride and being so proficient in your academic and your educational career, but then just still loving on us and doing everything for us and just making us be grounded. And so I hope that we will emulate all of these wonderful traits. I love you, you know that. We'll always love you. Very, very, very proud to walk in these shoes that none of us will ever really fill.
So just wanted to say again, thank you, Mommy, for everything you've done. We absolutely love you and very excited to be able to celebrate you. And I can't be any more proud to be your son. Love you. Wanted to send this message to you, Mommy, to say, first and foremost, thank you. Thank you for everything you've done. Thank you for being absolutely the most amazing mom anyone could ask for. I'm always incredibly proud when people ask me, oh, are you Rose's son? And that happens very often, as you know. So I wanted to say thank you for that.
Mommy, just wanted to say a few things that I have learned from you and that I've brought into my home. Number one, your hosting and cooking skills. Thank you so much for teaching me how to host, which I love to do now, and also how to cook. Thank you, thank you, thank you.
Wishes for Mommy at this stage are endless, from her friends, from her relatives, from her social groups, from her family, from her children, grandchildren. The wishes that everybody will have for her at this stage in her life, for her past life, for her future life, are endless. But just to know that her presence is a blessing and her love is treasured. All what we can wish for her is for the best of what she wishes for herself. We love you, Mom, and will always do.
I'm a proud bachelor's degree nursing student under Mommy's Voices Care and I'm really happy and appreciative for that. So all I can say is, Mommy Rose, I love you very much, and I pray you keep on achieving your goals and reach your limit.
Depuis 2002 que je suis avec elle. Je suis ici, là, si j'ai problème, elle m'aide. Je ne fuis pas parce que elle est comme ma mère. Je suis malade, elle me soigne. Des enfants ne partent pas à l'école, elle m'aide à l'école. J'ai fait la cuisine et même ils me félicitent, les enfants me félicitent. Donc il n'y a pas de problème. Elle voyage, elle peut faire même une semaine, un mois, elle vient, elle me retrouve à la maison.
I'll call her Mommy Rose because she has been a mother to me. For over 9 years, I've been staying with her. Staying with Mommy Rose is just like being in a Christian home, because staying with Mommy Rose, you learn a lot of things. Discipline, achieving goals. Achieving goals is one of her favorite because she has achieved a lot of goals in this life.
Maman aime manger le gombo avec des fois j'écrase le plantain, des fois avec le watafoufou, des fois avec le gardé. Et elle aime manger le poulet au bonbon, porc fumé, poisson braisé.
I've made 1 year here with Mama Rose Leke. She has been so nice to me. At first, I was afraid of her, thinking that maybe she's like the other women, but she has been so nice to me. But now I'm not afraid of her. I like her, especially in the religious way. The way she prays always makes me feel strong. I like her way of praying. She has been so nice to me. She always pays me in time. She don't have any problem with me. Even when I'm in the wrong, she just tell me that don't do this again, do like this. Since I came here, I've learned a lot of things that I did not know. Even some things, how to cook, how to do a lot of things that I did not know at first.
I call her my mother, my role model, because I look forward to her, a mentor for that matter. And when I left Bali, coming to Yaoundé, I had difficulties communicating with Mommy Rose because she's strict, she's disciplined. So communicating with her, it seems as if you have to go straight to the point. Yeah, so I learned how to communicate well with her.
Je ne change pas la place parce que je ne sais pas ce qu'elle va chercher ailleurs. Je suis bien ici là. Elle me paye mon salaire chaque mois. Je ne vais pas chercher quoi pour... donc elle me garde bien ici là.
Hi, I'm Afia and this is AJ and Granny. When I grow up, I want to be a scientist just like you. And Granny, when I grow up, I want to be a fireman.
As I call her Auntie, she's a mother. She's a mother. I met her, this was when our dad was transferred back to Cameroon as Assistant Chief of Protocol at the Presidency of the Republic. And we lived in the same neighborhood. She was so close to my mom. In those days, you never knew who was Bali or who was from the southwest. It was just one big family. So we knew her as our mom's sister, and she has played that role ever since. She's been there for all of us.
When I came to
Mr. and Mrs. Nkwine's home to get a wife, my wife Bemis. And in the process of preparing for the wedding, Professor Rose Leke was one of the women who were around my mother-in-law because they were in the group, the Catholic Women Association. And they rallied around my mother-in-law to give her the support. In fact, I must say that when we decided to get married, marriage was not a common thing amongst young people. Young people in Yaoundé were more concerned about enjoying their life. So here we are, young people who decided to get married, and so the women all came rallied around to support us. One of the few women I identified and appreciated was Professor Leke. They did all the advisory, what needs to be done, how my wife needs to behave, handle the home, and all that. And then eventually, she was always around us. Sometimes over the weekend, before I woke up, there would be a flask of hot food waiting for me. It came from who? From Professor Leke. Either she sent a driver, or sometimes she came herself and dropped it and took off. She knew that I loved Accra banana with pepper, and she would do it. And I would come and see a flask standing there hot. So much that our lives became intertwined. I naturally felt like a son in her family, like a senior brother to her children.
She is like a sister to me, a mother, and a friend. She and I have many little secrets that we share. And our relationship has really evolved into this nurturing relationship. And all I can say is that I thank God for her. I thank God for the relationship she and I have. It's based in love. It's based in mutual understanding, trust, and reliance of God's love and His constant presence in our lives.
The basis of our relationship today is because of love for one another. Like I told you, she's married to Professor Leke. They have 4 beautiful children. In my university days, I actually I lived with them. And so I virtually grew up in this house. And she has expressed a love from then till today. And it did not even start only then.
There's so many stories that we share as to how God has manifested His love in both our lives. And that's really what keeps us grounded and keeps our relationship evolving year after year. And for that, I thank the good Lord, and I thank her for loving me, not just like a sister-in-law, but like a sister, a friend, and a daughter.
Let me tell you this childhood story, because I was very used to her. She would come on vacation and take me out. She had a holiday job once in the Cameroon Bank in those days. I must have been like maybe 6 or 7 years old. So she took me out and I saw a shop. I think it was a bakery. I wanted something. And she said she doesn't have money. And I said, but how can you work in a bank and you don't have money? You know, so this was interesting. But back to, the relationship. I was telling you about love in the family, love in our husbands, to our husband and the kids, love to my wife, Marge, and their children also. So our basis is been love, love, love. That is what is keeping us together. And I must say, I seize the opportunity to thank the husband who opened the doors of his house for all of us. Today we are all happy with what he did. My father actually took him like a first son, Professor Leke. My father took him like a first son. So there's nothing in the foreman's compound where Professor Leke is not there. And he has his place. He's the first child. My father's days and today is the same thing. Everybody in my family knows that if there's an occasion, Professor Robert Leke has his place.
What makes her different? What makes my sister-in-law different is the breadth and depth of her love. She's everywhere. If you need her, she's there. She just doesn't show up, but she shows out and shows in. Totally committed. Standing there by your side, you knowing that, yeah, she loves you, she supports you, and she's rooting for you.
Professor Robert Leke and myself are like twin brothers, even though we come from different families. And so we have grown up like one. And Rose Leke came into the family and became like a sister to me. We are grateful for what she's doing to humanity. She has taken the family of the husband as her own husband, as her own family. I remember Professor Leke's mother lived with them for a long time before she passed on.
She was present at every family gathering, but most importantly, every birthday, every wedding, every funeral. So therefore, in good times and bad, she was a constant. And being a constant made her, for us, a pillar of sorts around whom we could build and feel love. She stepped into a gap that she had begun to fill some years before. My mother was unwell for many years, and as such, she spent a lot of her time out of the country. But one of the first people who would always be by her side when she turned up in Yaoundé would be Mamie Rose.
I succeeded my father, but he had left specific instructions for my sister to be the administrator. So she is the administrator of the Fomban family. And I want to tell you about the significant role she's played in the Fomban family to keep us united together, guiding us at every step. She and the husband all along have taken care of everybody in this family.
I just call her mommy because that's what she is to my husband and I and the entire family. Always present. I don't remember anything we ever had or anything mommy had where we weren't with her. So that's what she is to us, a pillar, because we know we can always rely on her and count on her. She always has these wise words that she shares, and even in moments that you don't even realize how much you need it.
One of the things I admire most in her, apart from her achievements, is Najala, the married woman, the wife. Some men are privileged to have women who literally take care of them, beginning from the kitchen. There's no time that Najala will be home and you will not find her in the kitchen preparing food not only for the husband, for the brothers and all the visitors who come to the house. Even if she's as tired as what, she will find time to go into the kitchen and take care of what's happening there and prepare some of the dishes herself. She will find time even when she's even away, because she travels to a lot. When she's away, she'll make sure that the timetable for what has to be cooked, the program, the cooking program for the week or two that she's away is well spelled out, and she makes sure that she follows up.
But she always took the precautions. As I've told you, she's a wonderful woman. She will not leave the house without making sure that everything is taken care of, including even the breakfast for the husband. What I'm going to eat when I'm here. Of course, when I'm in Bamanda, before I go to Bamanda, she has cooked all my food and we just pack them and put them in the fridge in Bamanda. So every time that I come to Yaoundé, she prepares my food for the next 2 weeks that I'll be in Bamanda before coming here, and we just go and pack it. So that is the type of care that this woman has, both for my children But I'm sure my children love her because I think they are more in love with her than with me. I think that's normal for a man because perhaps I don't have enough time. But she makes time. Despite her occupations, she makes more time than even myself for my children.
Sometimes over the weekend, before I woke up, there will be a flask of hot food waiting for me. It came from who? From Professor Leke. Either she sent a driver or sometimes she came herself and dropped it and took off. So much that our lives became intertwined. I naturally felt like a son in her family, like a senior brother to her children.
She's the first person that sent food, which is something I remember very freshly in my mind. My husband was just finishing the house that he was building, and she was the first one to send us food at home. Sent her driver one morning and he just called. He said, "Oh, what's the road to the house? Mommy sent me." And he came there with food and everything. And that's who she is. I don't think I can say anything more than mom is a mom. Kind, forever present, and peaceful. It's always very, very peaceful to be around her. And she's an example. I want to be like her. I want to be a woman like her, but I want to be a mom like her. How she understands responsibility, for me, is out of this world. It's something that we don't probably have, or we don't see anymore very often.